Owing a giant pile of debt can feel crushing, but it doesn't have to. You don't have to be out of debt to move on with your life. You don't need to be debt-free to be happy. Happiness isn't a place you have to wait to reach. You can choose to be happy today and every day, and here are some tips on how to do that. Hey lovebirds, I'm Dan Hinz, and welcome to Adulting with Money, where I help millennial couples unite, not fight over their money, whether you're trying to crush debt faster, buy a house sooner, or you just want to get on the same page. Tip number 1. Stop assuming that life will get magically better when you reach a goal. I had someone just the other day email me, and she was worried about her student loans. Turns out she has over $100,000 in student loans. I asked her, what is it that she wants? What is it that these student loan payments are getting in the way of? And instead of saying that her credit score is low, or she's trying to move to a new state, or something else, she said, I'm worried I'll never pay them off. And although that is a very valid concern, that really didn't answer my question either. Because yeah, we all want to pay off our student loans, that's pretty obvious, but what's on the other side of that? What is it that you want that this situation is preventing you from getting? Don't get me wrong, being debt-free is awesome, and when you reach it, you should celebrate, but life is a treadmill. You can run and hit that 3rd, 4th, and 5th mile, but the treadmill keeps going. Life is going to keep going, you're still going to be wanting things. In fact, the psychologists call this the hedonic treadmill, is that we reach a goal and we get happy and we get pleasure from that, but then life keeps going. And so then we got to keep running towards that next goal, and we get to the next goal and we have this moment of happiness, but then we got to keep running to the next goal. Now, there is some joy to reaching a goal. If you've graduated high school or graduated college or gotten married, those days are happy days, but then you have all the other days. You don't have to wait for those days to come along. You don't have to wait to reach that goal to be happy today. Tip number 2, stop staring at the mountain peak. Having goals is great. Wanting to be debt-free is awesome, but if you're obsessing over a number, if you're obsessing over that goal, you'll never really be happy. Let's say you're at the base of Mount Everest and you're looking all the way up at the peak of the mountain, and you're obsessing over the gap between where you want to go and where you are. If you do that, you're never going to take the first step. Now, I have never climbed a mountain, so I'm maybe a little bit out of my league here, but I'm guessing that one of the worst ways to climb Mount Everest is to be looking up at the peak the whole time that you're walking. You need to look up to make sure you know where you're going, but then you put your head down and you take a couple steps, and then you look up, okay, we gotta go this way, and then you put your head down, you take another couple steps, and you need to make sure you're heading in the right direction, but you don't walk and stare at that peak the whole time. And that goes the same for any goal that you have. Yes, you need to know where you're going. Yes, you need to understand that there is a gap, but don't obsess over it. Make a plan and follow that plan for a month. And then you look back up and see, okay, have I gone? Where do I want to go? And then move on. Tip number 3, stop bathing in complaints. Look, I love Facebook and Instagram to check out what my nieces and nephews are doing, but social media can be a real drag sometimes. One terrible habit that can steal your happiness today and every day, or any moment in any day, is complaining. Whether you're complaining to yourself, complaining to your friends, complaining to your partner, complaining to strangers on the internet, or listening or reading all these complaints, if you're bathing in complaints, it's going to bring you down. Complaining can weirdly feel good. When you're complaining to other people, you're significant because they're listening to you. When you're complaining, you're usually doing it with other people, and you can start to feel a connection with them. The problem with complaining is that that's not happiness, it's pleasure. Instead of complaining, take action. Action always beats inaction. Making progress makes you feel good in the moment, and you can look back to see what you've done in the past and be proud of yourself. And that is happiness, and you can choose to do that today. Hey lovebirds, if you're looking for other ways to get on the same page with money, check out this playlist, and thank you for watching.